Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. While the entire country shifted to working from home in many industries and considers making it a permanent or hybrid solution, minority workers are faced with unique challenges that their white counterparts don't have to deal with. Silvina Moschini, president of Transparent Business, joins me to discuss what businesses should consider to help support minority employees. Silvina, welcome to Trade Talks.
Hi, Jill. Very nice to be here with you.
Thank you for joining us. And let's discuss the realities that many non-whites face in business.
Well, as you know, there is a big challenge for women and for minorities in the workspace. We get paid less, we get less opportunities, and when crisis hit, we are much more affected. So unfortunately, this situation make the disparities between opportunities larger, and we need to do something about it. And there are many people that has been affected that it's extremely sad, and we need to work together to make sure that everyone, not only the minorities, but the minorities, especially because they have been left behind, have opportunities.
Well, the good thing with the cultural reckoning in America is companies have to wake up and address these issues, not simply throw money at causes or put out a message on social media and traditional media. They need to create structural change from within. Tell us how they can do that.
Well, we need to move from talking about things, as you say, from the narrative into action. And there are several things that can be done. I think that data transparency, it's a very important topic, not only when it comes to compensation. As you know, in the case of women, we are being paid 30% less, but also understand exactly when there are layoffs, what is the people or who is the people that has been affected the most. So companies will have the information they need to balance things, because there is a lot of unconscious bias on that. And also there is also a fact that minorities, Latinos, brown people are often in non-computer based work. They are on the front line and they are much more exposed for that. So we can do as a society, both in businesses, but also the government, is to work together to make sure that they are protected, that there are programs in place in which they can re-skill the people. Because one of the things that we're seeing, Jill, is like a shift towards a much more digital world. Like while we are seeing opportunities that are being lost, there are also opportunities that are being brought by the digital economy. So how can we help these people? By providing them the skills they need. And just to give an idea, in Guatemala, we are working with women in a program called She Works Academy, in which we are training women affected by COVID-19 in skills for employability that will give them the tools that they need to work in growth marketing, to work as a community managers, to work from home, take care of their families, and in this case, export their services, because locally there are not a lot of opportunities. So we can choose to see the glass half empty or half full. I would like to see it half full and use the crisis, as Chinese says, as the opportunity to change, to accelerate this digital transformation and enable these minorities with the tools, the knowledge they need, so they can work from anywhere and not limited geographically by the opportunities that their own markets offer.
Right, that's a great point that you make, that the skills training absolutely has to come into play. And why should companies get serious about diversity and inclusion as a longer term solution and not simply focus on the near term narrative?
Because this is going to be for a long run. This is just an accelerator of this transformation. And when we are talking about the consumers, we all make consumers. So we cannot just take a percentage of the point of view. When it comes to women, for example, which is something I'm very passionate about, we are half the universe. But sadly, only 5% of the companies are run by female CEOs in the Fortune 500 index. So I think that companies need to understand that if the world is made up of people of different races, different beliefs, different colors, we need to have this reflected in the way that we build companies. And we need to fake it till we make it, till we become a reality. Because, Jill, unfortunately, there is a lot of people about talking about like inclusion and diversity, and it's lip service. This is not real. They don't really care. If they care really, they need to develop programs. They need to talk with actions, not with social media statements. Social media statements are good for nothing. Like, they really need to change the reality, not change the narrative.
Yeah, agreed, Silvina. Thanks so much for joining us on Trade Talks.
You're very welcome.
And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.